being recorded for the morning of Monday, September 18th, 2023. Hope you all had a good weekend and a good week. Just some housekeeping. I've been sick for over a week. I think I'm going to feel completely fine in probably a day or two. I mean, I feel much better now, but that's why I haven't posted any videos recently. But I wanted to get back at it. This will be a shorter video just talking about gold and silver, where they are technically in the weekly outlook. And so last week on Thursday, so the second to last day, had a bullish hammer and then a strong move on Friday, strong white candle. I mean, you can't really see because there's too much history in these charts. But that happened for gold, also happened for silver. Silver intraday came down, bounced off the 400-day, which you guys know I've talked about this moving average for silver just constantly. So you had a good bounce here in silver, strong close to the week. But looking at silver, I mean, silver is still stuck in this, you could call it 22.5 to 25.5 range, or even 26. But it's really 25.5 here. You have resistance at 24.5, so just 25.5, and then you have 22.5. So you have this range here, and we'd love to be able to see this rally get to 26. I've talked about it in past videos, but I mean, if silver could rally back to 26, you'd have these multiple tests of 26, this kind of unconventional head and shoulders, which again, I mean, you get a strong close above 26, there's a potential measured upside target of 34.35. But I mean, there's a lot of resistance here that silver has to chew through. I mean, that's the type of thing where, especially now when the macro is kind of, hasn't shifted yet, it's kind of questionable for precious metals. We really need to see silver climb up to 26 before we can get too positive. So, I mean, that's where silver, you have this range here. But, heading into this week, I mean, you don't have stiff resistance until here, 24.5. So good chance that silver could rally a little bit more, or at least the path of least resistance, looks to be higher this week. And, then maybe if it rallies here, people get excited and then it can come back there again. So remains in a range, beyond the very short term, but very short term, we could get a little move up like that. Same thing for gold. I talked about it in, a couple weeks ago in the video. 1980 resistance here, 2000 resistance. I mean, this is a daily chart, but, it's really significant resistance on the weekly chart. And, now we've seen 3 bounces in gold, 3 bounces for the low 19. I mean, if you're looking at a monthly chart, it's actually 1920. That's a support that you don't want gold to break. If you're looking at a weekly, it might look a little different. Here in the daily, 1915, 1910. But you have, this is, so you could say, I mean, similar range here where, going back to after the decline coming off of the, the May peak, you have a range from about, roughly 1900 to 2000. 2 bounces from the 200-day. Now, let's see if there's enough buying to get this up to 1975 or either 1980. But again, same for silver. In a very short-term sense, there's probably a little upside to this rally. Even if it's going to fail here again, I mean, there is potential for a little bit more upside in the short term. Gold-silver ratio, I don't want to spiral off here into a long macro diatribe, but yeah, I mean, look at the 200-day. I mean, when the 200-day moving average is going sideways and is not clearly sloping up or down, that gives you headaches. So the gold-silver ratio is also trading in a range. I don't think the economy, I mean, clearly, I shouldn't say clearly, but at some point next year, economy's probably going to go into recession. And, if inflation is really coming down at that point, you could see this rise like that, because that's the kind of environment where gold will outperform silver. But I mean, if it's kind of more stagflation than recession, then maybe silver can stay bid relative to gold. So I mean, this is sideways. I mean, we don't know yet. And as far as the medium term, again, that's the big takeaway here is you're kind of in a range here. Same thing for gold. You're in a range. And given that a couple days ago, gold and silver bounced from the lower end of the range, bounced from support, the outlook for the week should be higher, the path of least resistance. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to publishing more videos this week, getting back to my routine. Stay safe and healthy out there, everybody. Talk to you guys again in the next video.